Let's assume that installing the Campaign Influence Analyzer app fixes your campaign reporting issues and gives you a full and accurate picture of your campaign's ROI. And it does actually do those things for you. So great! You can now see on your campaigns and in reports and in dashboards which campaigns do and do not drive opportunities and won cash. We fixed your visibility problem. But now, what do you do with that data? How do you use it to budget, to plan your marketing calendar, to decide your campaign mix, and optimize your spend for the best ROI possible? Well, rather than pretend like campaign reports and dashboards do this for you, because they don't, Magic Robot built a responsive Campaign Explorer Projector page to allow you to quickly view and sort your campaigns, budget to meet a sales goal, and also project likely outcomes for proposed campaigns based on your historic data around multiple levers such as ROI, speed, and volume of won cash. Here's how it can turn anyone on your team, even a VP, into your best analyst. First thing you can do is quickly examine and explore historical data. There are all kinds of filters you can use on the left side of the screen. So, let's say I want to check to see how this one campaign is doing. I just type it in, and wow, it just appears over there, super quickly. Or let's say I want to look at all the campaigns we've run in the last 365 days. I just dial it in here, and look at that, it shows up over there. Okay, so over here we can see some important things. 1. Here is the most cost-effective campaign from these guys. 2. Here's the fastest campaign at driving sales. 3. Here are the top 10 most cost-effective. But check this out. I can sort on any of these fields and the results sort. So here are the top 10 campaigns by number of responses. Or here are the top 10 by won cash. 4. Here are all the weighted averages of campaigns that meet the criteria over here. Okay, now let's do something with this data. Let's say our CEO has said we need to generate $19 million in business next year. How much do we tell him we need in budget? Well, according to your data, here's what we can tell. Absolute best-case scenario, you're going to need this much budget for campaigns, because this is the most cost-effective campaign. You'd need to run this campaign, and it would need to be just as successful, and you need to run it this many times. Here's the absolute fastest you could expect to hit that number if you executed this many campaigns tomorrow. Here's if you were able to calibrate your spend to make every dollar as productive as the money you spent on your top 10 most cost-effective campaigns. And last but not least, you do everything exactly as you did before, using this set of campaign results from campaigns from your last 365 days as your source data. If everything turns out the same, you could expect to have to spend this much to generate that 19 million sales number. Now, say I want to email all or some of this to my boss, or say I want to save the data for later. I can just export it to Excel with this button, and there you go. But let's flip this around. Let's say instead you have a vendor approaching you to do a $15,000 webinar. Let's dial that number in here, and let's choose webinar. Here's what we can see overall expected ROI. But here's something interesting. Most webinars have this ROI right here, but this particular vendor, if I dial them in, only returns this much. So this tells me I need to tell them they either need to cut my price or they need to give me more webinars. Check us out on the App Exchange. Just look up Magic Robot for your 30-day free trial.